Well, Psalm 16 is such a joy. A joy because it focuses on the delights of God, the pleasures of God, the wonders of being alive as part of God's creation, who are really in touch with him. But not without pain. Preserve me, O God, for in you I take refuge. I say to the Lord, you are my Lord, I have no good apart from you. Those first few verses could seem that, well, it's in God, nothing else. And that's true. And yet, the very next verse, as for the saints in the land, they are the excellent ones in whom is all my delight. God and his people are the source of joy for us. We are called to love God and love one another. Fellowship with God, fellowship with one another. Those are the two first commands and passions that we have in life. The sorrows of those who run after another God shall multiply. But the Lord is my chosen portion, my cup. The lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Indeed, I have a beautiful inheritance. When we look at what God does, gathering ruined sinners, failures, all kinds of people that would have ended up on the scrap heap of time, but instead are redeemed and brought into a beautiful relationship with God and with one another. I bless the Lord who gives me counsel. In the night my heart instructs me. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he's at my right hand, I shall never be shaken. You see, we have a solid security. And therefore, David says, my heart is glad, my whole being rejoices, my flesh also dwells secure. For this life we have resources, and for eternity. But this psalm was written in the context of a prophecy about the resurrection. It's quoted in the New Testament. You will not abandon my soul to Sheol, nor let your Holy One see corruption. You see, Jesus knew what it was to be abandoned by his friends, betrayed by his followers. He knew what it was to suffer the horrors of physical, public, humiliating execution in the presence of his friends, who then abandoned him. His own mother watching on. How excruciating. Even the word crucified comes from the same root as excruciating. It's horrible. But he knows, you will not abandon my soul to Sheol, or let your Holy One see corruption. You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. Beyond death comes resurrection. Beyond suffering there comes glory. In your presence there is fullness of joy. Not a little, but an overflowing fountain, rushing, refreshing, renewing, restoring, replenishing, giving us all that we need. At your right hand there are pleasures, not for a little time, but forevermore. Pleasures forevermore. That is our destiny. That is our hope. No matter how hard life is for you, for this nation, for the world, we must look beyond as Jesus looked beyond and saw. Fullness of joy, pleasures forevermore. Indeed, the lines really have fallen for us in a pleasant place.